Um, Hi Divya, can you tell us something about your book?
I feel it's a blessing that just came by. As everything else in my life, this was also not planned. And it just came from the heart, and I just executed it. And I think it's an expansion of me. It's just a little extension of, I think, what I wanted to do. I think the best two professions are acting and writing, because in both you can express yourselves and say what you want to say. And I think I'm glad I can belong to both the categories now. So the book is called Me and Ma. It's being published by Penguin. And so when I lost my mom, I just realized there was so much I wanted to talk about her. And there was this relationship which was so unique that I just couldn't let it be only with myself. And as I've shared everything with my readers and my audience, this was something I wanted to put ahead, as honest as it could be, as transparent as it could be. I think it's a daughter's memoir, so every daughter, every son is going to think about their mothers when they read the book.
You've dedicated the book to your mom. Can you give a few instances about your relationship with your mother?
Well, I think this relationship by far is a very vast one for anyone, I think, because from your childhood to your adulthood, there are so many things that change in your life that you transform into. I was a very timid child. Wasn't, yeah, it looks very surprising, but I wasn't very confident and not sure of myself, always needed reassurance. In fact, just till my mom was here, for every little thing I would call her 10 times and ask her, Mama, ye theek hai na? Mama, ye theek hai na? And she would probably not even hear me and she'd say, yeah, that's fine. So I just needed to hear that little reassuring word from her, and that would make a huge difference to me. So, right from getting me to be a very self assured woman to all the major decisions that I ever took in my life, be it wanting to become an actor when the whole family was all doctors and they all wanted me to pursue that. There was one woman who stood by me. There was all these rishtas coming in, and you come from Punjab and you have all these people saying ladki ke liye rishta hai, doctor hai, and all that stuff. So there were major conflicts there and major family opposition. And there was this one lady who stood by me, believed in my dreams, and said, I'm standing with you because you want to act. And I'm so thankful to her, because it's very rare that you do what you want to do in life. And if your parents believe in you, there's nothing better. I think that's a blessing.
There is an anecdote that you've shared in this book where your mom comes and kisses your forehead and tells you, go live your dream. Have you lived that dream yet?
The anecdote that you're talking about is the one where I had decided that I want to take acting as a profession, and I had gone for my first audition where there were all the bigwigs of the industry: Shekhar Kapoor, Subhash Ghai, Suraj Barjatia, Yash Chopra, everyone. And they were all sitting in front of me, and I was like totally wobbly and nervous. And so before I went in, my mother was sitting outside in the lobby corridor. She didn't even sit on the seats. She was more nervous than I was. So she just kissed my forehead and she said, go live your dreams. And when I just went blank for a second, I don't know when I started mouthing my lines that she had written for me. And the only thing that stayed with me was just go live your dreams. And I think dreams don't cease ever. Their forms keep changing. So of course I lived that dream.
Shabbo, Jalebi, Ishri Kaur. Which one is your favorite character and why?
You know what is really nice is you remember the character names rather than just saying you performed a certain role. It's a huge compliment in itself. For me, I think Jalebi was the most difficult one, because for the simple fact that Jalebi was not me from any angle. So I had to really learn a lot, unlearn a lot for that one. The others, of course, got loads of love from everyone, but I think there was a part of me there. I could easily relate to those roles. Halaki, Isri Kaur was somebody who doesn't talk much. I am a chatterbox and I wouldn't think twice before expressing myself. Isri was somebody who only expressed herself through tears, big or small. So yeah, that was difficult, but I could still relate. Jalebi was somebody who was the firebrand, and I later found out that side in me, but that's thanks to Rakesh Mehra.
Leading lady of parallel cinema. How does that feel? Why did you choose that?
I don't think you make such choices, they happen to you, and you just try out everything, and then people decided for you that okay, I think we like your acting very much, and you don't have a shelf life of 10 years or 15 years, just stay forever, so be an actor. So I've done my heroine bits, I still am doing that, but I think I'm happier being an actor. It's I remember after Veer Zara premiere, Dharmesh Darshan had come up to me and he said, you know what I'm happy about is you're not here for 10 years, you're going to be here forever. And I thought that was a great compliment, because I would really love to be here till the end of it, ever.
What difference do you find in Indian films and foreign films, since you've been appreciated for your work in English films also?
I feel it's always good cinema and bad cinema. You just choose to be a part of one, and it could be any language, it could be terrible, and it could be any language, and it could be fantastic. So I think, and your heart tells you that, hey, now you're a part of a good film. So I don't think language or a place is a barrier for me that way. But yeah, I would say experiences wise, but I see it here also. There are people who are so punctual, they'll be like, for my English films, I was given a call time for 5, and I would see these people would be on the sets at 3 a.m. So that I would never think we would do it here. But when I was working with Neeraj Pandey on Special 26, I saw Akshay, I saw Manoj, I saw Anupam, Jimmy, everyone 5 a.m. ready. So I was like, it's always the maker. it's not about different languages.
How do you keep Divya Dutta away from your characters? Not one character is similar to the other. How?
Thank you for that compliment. I think मैं ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करती हूँ roles में, honestly speaking. I just let them get absorbed in me, and then I let them just take on from there, and I as Divya take a back seat. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I feel the role. So I feel acting करो तो फिर वो acting ही हो जाती है, feel करो तो फिर वो आप वो किरदार बन के करते रहते हो. So when I'm given a jalebi, I will remember my lines, but then I will let Jalebi talk. Then Divya takes a back seat, or Isri will come in, and I will just have Isri's background and her history and her future plans and everything in my head. But I don't do any homeworks as such, unless of course it's a historical and you really need to, be close to it. But I think the mantra is just do it from your heart, just feel the role, and just let people believe you are who you are playing.
What's next?
Next is Myanmar, then is Irada, then is this film with Nawazuddin Siddiqui, which is called Babu Moshai Bandukbaz. You'll again see me in a totally different role in that film. Then there is a film with Ranveer Shori, which is on sports. Then there is a film called Ram Singh Charlie, which is directed by the National Award winner Nitin Kakkad. It's a film based on circus and the life beyond, and a bigger circus of life. Some beautiful films coming up, and there's some 2 big films that I start working on in March and April. So yeah, this year is going to be a busy one.
Talk about Irada and your character in Irada.
Irada is a very flamboyant, very dynamic, very layered. I think a woman has lots of different aspects. You can't just say a woman is this, because in a different given moment, she probably would be something else. We all multitask, women multitask, and they also multi-think. So there are loads of things going on in your head. Like, unlike men, they would concentrate on this one thing and that's it. But women can do lots of things together, and this is what Ramandeep is all about. She is somebody who's an ambitious go-getter, who knows what she wants, who has her way with men, who has a way with politics, and yet she's somewhere very vulnerable, and somewhere she would say, hey, what am I doing out of my life?
One movie in recent times you really loved and you wish you had done it.
Lots of them, practically catch every film. Queen for that matter, Kahani for that matter, Ishqiya for that matter. Not saying those girls were wonderful and I love them and I think they do a fantabulous job. But being an actor, somewhere you would say, okay, I want to do that. In my Purana films, I would have loved to do a Chupke Chupke. I would love to have been directed by Rishida, by Gulzar Sahab. I would want to do a Mausam, what Sharmila ji did. My right hand for that one, yes.
Favorite actor, someone you totally look up to?
Meryl Streep, Shabana Azmi, Amitabh Bachchan.
Because?
do you need a reason for this?
Because you've given three names.
Meryl Streep, because of the large, huge variety that the woman just brings in. She surprises you with everything she does every time. Shabana ji, for of course her acting skills, for who she is as a person. I totally look up to her, and I think I have a very strong bond there. She's done the foreword for my book, so that is also because I just couldn't think of anyone else doing it for me but her. Mr. Bachchan, because I think he's the reason half the industry is in the industry. He's an institute. He is a mega star. He's a fantabulous actor, and the way he makes you feel so connected, so special. He has a way with people, and I think that is unparalleled, and that makes him who he is. So yes, that, and I think, I mean, for me, as a child, I've torn my mother's dupattas and saris, and I've danced on Kai Ke Paan Banaras Wala, and I've said I want to be like Mr. Bachchan. So that's what I saw Hindi films as only Mr. Bachchan. So yeah, so him, there's no other choice.
With the long Bollywood journey you've had and the movies you are doing, is there any experience you can describe as good, bad, or a lesson learned?
I can't pull it, just put it in one pack and say, okay, this was life in films. It was a huge variety. There were mistakes made. There were lessons learned. There were such huge achievements. There was so much acknowledgement and love. It's a bag full of very different experiences. So I think life is that you can't just pinpoint it and say good, or you can say bad. It was great, and I think I've been fortunate that with all the increasing years, I'm getting more and more love, and there's a trust that my audience has in me. And the good thing is the relatable quality the audience feels with me, because I think the craze that you have for a star doesn't last very long. It comes and goes with every film. But the love and the admiration and the relatability you have with an actor, I think that stays forever. And I think I earned that with them, with my audience, and gratitude.
Thank you so much, Divya.